Hi, I thought it would be really helpful because I know that some of you have or are about to complete the C9, and I thought it would be useful for you to understand what options you have going forward. So the C9 is really a bit of a kickstart, getting you back on track, potentially after Christmas, maybe you're going up to your holiday or whatever it might be. But it's there to really, as I say, kickstart you and kind of get some of those habits that you would really rather not have out of the way so that you can actually start to really eat the foods that you want to eat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a website that will enable you to actually get all the information you need. Now, this is my website, so for those of you who don't know me, then can I suggest you get in contact with the person who introduced you to the program and indeed to this Facebook page so that you can get the information off them. But they will also have a website the same as well. So what I'm going to do first of all is, be really helpful if I could find it. This always happens, doesn't it? You can tell that I'm actually doing this live. So, right, let's have a look. So I'm trying to share that. That's what I'm looking for. Great. So this is what your the website will look like, and you can just see up here what the my website is called, and you can see it's got my name on there, Caroline Woodward. So you'll find everything that you need here with regards to the C9, F15 and also V5, which stands for Vital 5. Can I suggest that you don't go into the shop button at all, even after this, and that what you do is you actually contact either myself or the person who introduced you, and then we can actually help make sure that you're actually getting the right program. The first thing that I would suggest in completing your C9 or coming up to the end of it, then I would actually go to calculator. So I'm just going on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a fictitious height and weight, and then what you're going to do is you're actually going to see why I'm doing that, because this is really important for you to do. So this is all in kilograms and in centimetres. So I'm going to say there's an 80 kilogram person, and they're about 5'8", which is 173. And what it's going to do now, it's going to show me my BMI. Oh, sorry. It's going to show you this person's BMI. So the BMI actually shows that it's 26.73 and that this person is overweight. So maybe this person would like to actually do something and actually resolving that. But they're not actually too far away from being overweight, because if you see over here, the BMI for overweight is 25 to 29.9. So they're on the lower end of the overweightedness. I think that's probably what you could call it. So this is the BMI. So what we're going to do now is, this just helps us understand where we're at, really more than anything else, okay? So we go to the BMI. So again, we're going, the BMR and the AMR, and I'll explain what they are in a moment. So again, we put in the weight and the height for this particular person, how old they are, and whether they're a man or a woman. So you can see here that somebody's BMR, so that's their basal metabolic rate. So you can see up here, it's important to familiarise yourself with your actual metabolic rate, the rate at which your body utilises and burns calories. The only way to lose weight is to burn your body's metabolic rate. You would be one step closer to achieving your weight goal. Your basal metabolic weight is the weight that the basal metabolic rate is the rate at which you burn off calories if you did nothing at all, if you laid in bed and did nothing at all. So this particular person will burn off 1,457 calories. The active metabolic rate can vary on a day-to-day basis dependent on the exercise that anybody is doing. So you can see again here it says extra light, and extra light activity, you can see here, includes daily activities, example, cooking, ironing, driving, standing. So that could be just going about your daily work. A light one would be a bit more active, golf, walking, childcare, housework. moderate, and again, it just shows you what they are. So what we're going to say is that this person actually, because it's marked at extra light, so these are the calories that this person would burn off if it was just doing extra light exercise. So, but if we change it to light, nothing actually changes, because actually there's not enough activity going on for more calories to be burned off. But if we change it to moderate, you can see that the active metabolic rate actually changes. So you'll be burning off more calories, so your active metabolic rate is actually higher. And if you actually did it to heavy, it increases even further. But let's pop it back to light. So what's important at this stage, we all know that to lose weight, we need to exercise more and eat less. That we all know that. What's really important, if I take you back to the basal metabolic rate, though, it's really important to eat above that, because if you eat below it, then you're putting your body into starvation. And you need to aim for about 300 calories above that. So you can see actually that if you add 300 onto there's only about 100 leeway between the active metabolic rate and also the basal metabolic rate and the active metabolic rate. But you know what, if you're eating 50 calories less, 100 calories less a day, then that would actually make quite a substantial difference over a period of time. It doesn't take much to actually keep and losing weight. Obviously, the other way to do it would be to do more exercise. So what I want to do is I want to show you some of the programs themselves. So again, I'm going to have to stop sharing my screen because of the way Zoom works. It actually means that I have to go to a different screen. So what I'm showing you here is actually the booklet for the beginners. And I'm going to be showing you the beginners, the intermediate, and the advanced on this video. Now, each one of these booklets will actually, what it will do, I'm trying to move it up and it's not letting me do that. Right, so let's start at the beginning. Let's do this. Right, okay. So at the beginning of each booklet, what it will do is it takes you through step by step. So whether it's the beginners, the intermediate, or advanced, it tells you all the information you need to do to actually go through this program, and talks about regular exercise, taking your body weight and measurements, setting your own goals, because it really is something that you need to decide at what you want to achieve. And it's really important that you actually weigh and measure yourself at the beginning and end of each of these programs. Now what you'll see here is, and I'm just going to show you the difference of the pages, you can see here that actually this isn't too dissimilar from the C9 at the end of the C9 program. So for breakfast, you're having your, or in the morning, you're having your 2 Garcinia, you're waiting your 30 minutes, you're having 120 mils of aloe, you're having a scoop of your Forever Light, and you're having a firm tablet. Then you're having a bit of a snack, and then you're having lunch, and you're also having a 450 calorie meal. If we actually put your scoop in there, again, depending on whether you're using semi-skim milk or you're using almond milk. Let's say you're using semi-skim milk, that's another 200 calories. So you can see here you've got 900 calories plus another 400 if we take into consideration the scoop. So you've got 1300. So you can see from the previous example that I gave you that this person needs to make sure that they actually eat more calories. Because remember, it was about 1,700 calories, because what we don't want to do is to put the body into starvation. So that's why it's really important to look at what you need rather than, and apply it to the program. Because what we've done is, so if we said, so it says here you've got men, they can have more calories, a 300 calorie snack or a 550 lunch and dinner. So obviously that's another 400 calories a day. They potentially, if you can imagine an 18 stone man just eating another 400 calories more than a a 12-stone woman, they really do, they need more calories because they're carrying more of themselves around, which may sound strange, and therefore they're burning off more calories as they're moving. So again, what you need to do is think about how you're going to apply this to yourself. So let's look at the intermediate. You can see here that actually the calories that are suggested for both men and women has increased. Now, the reason for that is because the activity has increased. So these programs are actually designed to gradually increase your activity, your exercise on a gradual basis, and therefore because you're doing more exercise, you're burning off more calories, therefore you need to feed yourself more. And that kind of goes against everything that we feel when we're dieting. We believe that if we're eating more, we can't be losing weight, but we will be, because what we're doing is we're actually creating more lean body mass, which is muscle, and the more muscle we create, then the more calories will be burned off. So just think about those aspects. So what I wanted to do was to really introduce you to this. And if you want to look at the advanced, it's even more interesting, because when we get to that, it just goes breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner. And again, within that booklet, and again, you can find all the information you want out on the pages. There's all sorts of workouts and varieties that you can find online. It gives you all sorts of suggestions for things that you want to eat and how you're going to eat it. These programs, I'll stop sharing these now, but these programs are to get us back into the better habits, the right habits, so that we can actually change in the long term. And because this is not a faddy type program, this is a program that helps you eat the right foods, get into those good habits, so that really what you're doing is you're creating an environment where you're eating the food that feeds your body correctly, doesn't put the weight on because of the exercise that you're doing, and just helps you live a healthier life. So I'm hoping you find that helpful. If anybody's got any questions, please put any notes at the bottom of this video. It's just a very quick synopsis of it. There's a lot more information. I've been on a whole day's course telling me about this. So again, if you're interested in doing that, you can actually come on to Forever's training course on the sports and nutrition, so that you can find out more about this and how you can actually apply it to yourself. So I just thought you might find that useful. Anyway, thanks a lot for listening, and speak to you soon. Bye.